Good morning, my awesome friends and followers of the channel, and not forgetting my unbelievable group of members. Thank you for your support. Yes, but if you're watching this video right now and you've not yet subscribed, why not? It's free. Yes, and it's Saturday, the 12th of October. So what did I do last night? Well, honestly, I did a live stream. And I had Matthew Morrison come on, have a chat. Yeah, it was quite nice, quite relaxed, wasn't it? Yes, yes. And I decided to have a lovely quiet night last night and watch a bit of TV. Then I went to bed early, but it was lovely. Yeah. Well, when I say early, I went after the live stream, after I brushed my teeth and got washed. Yeah. Saturday. Saturday's always, I think Friday is the best day of the week. Anyway, Sunday's quite filled with tense because you're starting back to things on a Monday morning, especially those that work. Yes. But anyway, what's happening? Well, check this out. The Tories, which are the opposition of our government in the United Kingdom, the Conservative Party, Robert Jenrick has come out with this nonsense again. I don't understand it. I actually think that some people in the Conservative Party still have the mindset that they are in government when they're not. I mean, he's actually in the middle of a leadership contest where he wants to be the leader of the party. He's actually just made a promise that he's going to kick out of the UK 1 million illegal immigrants. Really? Wow, isn't it? And isn't it weird that all politicians and all parties keep telling us they want to kick out illegal immigrants so they get votes, but they never do it. I mean, it's just a false promise. It's like saying if you get to the end of the rainbow, you will find a pot of gold. And yeah, it's just nonsense, isn't it? I just think it's clickbait nonsense. I'm sure some YouTubers will jump over that today, for content, but it's just nonsense, isn't it? And R. Kelly, do you remember R. Kelly? I mean, I am the greatest. R. Kelly, who's in jail for 31 years at the minute, who will probably get out when he's about 80 odd, might not get out now because his daughter, who's 26 years of age, has just spoken out and said when she was 8 or 9, she was abused by her dad. Wow. I'm going to be honest, it didn't come as a shock. Just didn't. It's what he did. There we go. Quite sad, isn't it? But there we go. Yeah. I'm just a little bit surprised that she waited till she was 26 to say it. Now, I don't like conspiracies. But a part of me thinks, why did she wait till she was 26? I mean, he was locked up. I mean, she actually sat back and watched her dad go through all these trials years ago. Maybe she didn't want to speak out then. He had enough on his plate. But she's waited years. I can't help but think there's something to do with financial gain from this. I'm just thinking that at the minute. I'm thinking out loud. I could be wrong. I'm just thinking. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments anyway. And Joey Barton, the ex-footballer and sort of pundit sort of thing, he's always in trouble for posting things online, always. He's been warned that he could face jail because of his harassments towards Jeremy Vine on social media. Now, I'm not going to go on and talk about social media and harassment. I'm going to leave that. But I'm going to have some great news coming up soon. And I do say soon. So I have to leave that out in a minute. There's a lot of shocks coming, and I'm going to be honest, I will probably be the most requested person to be on people's podcasts in the very near future. I'm just leaving that out there for you. So let's move on from that. Jamie Oliver has just been granted permission. Jamie Oliver has just been granted permission from his local authority that he can now fix his windows and doors in his mansion. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? I want to point this out. Jamie Oliver lives in a, let's say, a listed house. And to get things done to the listed house, you have to go through certain authorities. To go through those certain authorities, those authorities have got deals with certain contractors to do certain work on certain buildings. And it must be within the keeping of the building. Now, this is the thing that I find strange about local authorities. So, if you have a listed building, you have to use certain materials for the upkeep of that building so it keeps within the historic nature, let's say. So people have to spend a fortune to fix windows and doors to keep it within the historic landscape. But then for some reason, local authorities throw illegal migrants and scumbags into these places, right? And say, yeah, we've put 50 in there, that they came from such and such a country, we put 10 in there, and they ruin it. They actually ruin the interiors. They shit everywhere, they smash furniture. But isn't that weird? But when it comes to someone with money, it's like, no, you must do this and you must do that. We have what I would call a hypocritical system that does not care for its own citizens, and it puts the worst type of people in the best type of buildings and thinks that's okay. No wonder a lot of hotels, no wonder we're skint, because see all these years where we've been throwing people in holiday inns and hotels and closing them down through the Home Office. The majority of them have had to get grants from the government for refurbishment because of what the visitors have done to the property. I'm just putting that out there, okay? There we go. Yeah. And a new poll out today states this. Almost half of individuals that voted for Labour feel let down and now regret voting for Labour. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Yes. The protests are still continuing in Downing Street. Still a lot of people. The unions, Unison and the unions, are all behind this force to try and make the Prime Minister do a U-turn on winter fuel allowance for our pensioners. The people that built the country, the people that put in the work and the effort, that worked all their lives. They worked all their lives hard to produce individuals who have stabbed them in the back. It's quite sad, but I would like to see the winter fuel allowance retracted, and if needs be, take it from. You're trying to save 2.05 billion on winter fuel allowance. Why don't you just take 2.5 billion off the 22 billion you've promised for climate change, and then let's just give out 19.6 billion on that. And let's find it from somewhere. I'm sure we can find it from somewhere. Yeah, of course we can. Nonsense, isn't it? But there we go. There we go. And the Israeli Defence Force are being criticised, and rightly so. Their tanks that engage targets apparently hit UN peacekeepers. Yes, UN peacekeepers hit by the IDF. Isn't that sad? Of course it's sad. Why is it sad? Because they're allowed to do it. And listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't stand with Palestine, and I don't stand with Israel anymore. I don't stand in any of it. They've gone too far. The world's like turning their back and going, Israel, do what you want to fix things. Do what you want. You can't just carry out what you're doing and everyone stand back and think it's okay. It's not okay. It's just not okay. I'm just saying, okay? There we go. Quite sad that everyone's endorsing war. The people that are endorsing war are the ones that have never seen the traumatic aftermath of it, which is sad in its way. There we go. But I do have good news. I'm going to end on some good news. Listen to this. The town of Newcastle under Lyme, not Newcastle upon Tyne, Newcastle under Lyme, has just celebrated their 850th year as a town. And to mark the anniversary, they have unveiled a statue of the late Queen Elizabeth II. And guess what? For the first time ever, it's a statue that actually looks like her. It's a beautiful statue. I'm going to put it in my community post this morning, and you can have a look at it yourselves. But it's a wonderful statue, but it puts pressure. It puts pressure on the companies that have been asked to put together a design for the one going in London, because this one in Newcastle under Lyme is stunning, and it's going to be hard to get beaten. If I didn't know any better, I would have asked the company that made it for Newcastle under Lyme to make one for London. Just an idea. Anyway, listen, thank you for those that stick with my channel. I do appreciate it. Keep leaving your reviews on Amazon for the books. I do appreciate those as well. Have a wonderful day, everyone. And remember, stay safe.